Okay, so this program is about introducing the hospitality finance for you who are maybe new to hotel finance or new to the industry, or you maybe have been planning to make your career in hospitality finance. So we will be introducing today only what is hospitality finance and how it relates to the other departments. We will not be going into deep details of hospitality finance, but because that will be covered in our master class to become a chief accountant or become a financial controller. So let me start. The overall departmental relationship with the hospitality finance with other departments in the industry in the hotel is very critical. It's related, and finance is, you can consider as a center for everything, because everything in any industry you can buy only through finances, only through the cash, right? And hospitality is in a particular is a gateway of all the hotel finance. So all the income that is collected from the customers, from the guests, and all the money that is being paid towards the services is normally being done through the hospital, through the finance department. So let me explain you in brief how is it relate to every department, right? So sales and marketing, when you are taking a booking reservation, collects a booking, they normally collect in advance, or they normally want to have a credit. So in for both the cases they have to rely on the finance department, because sales and marketing has no idea about credibility analysis or collecting the advance and posting the advance. So the real work of hospitality finance starts right when the hotel guest make a booking. Either it can be prepaid booking where they have to pay the money in cash or in credit card, or it can be through the credit system where corporate company or a travel agent may have a credit with the hotel. So hotel finance is usually assessing the credit, that they can accept the credit booking from this company or not, right? So there is always involvement of finance right from the stage when the booking starts, right? Then the sales and marketing and reservations, again they want to spend money on the marketing activities, they want to go to travel, they need to print any brochures, sales kit, marketing materials, websites, everything is required from the finance department. So they have to go do the capex, make a request to the finance department for approving of expenses. So, and also whatever money they have been spending, they need ROI analysis for that, right? So we're going to be looking at in more details and in a bit in the future slides how the sales and marketing and finance are related to each other. Then the operations departments such as front office, F&B, and other operating departments, engineering, they all are related to finance in a form that they have to set up the prices, the cash controls, the shift controls, the money that for P&L analysis, for understanding how their department has been working, their department is profitable or not, are they spending too much money, are they within their budgets. So those all information is usually coming from finance. So even though the day-to-day control of these operations is through the help of finance department only, right? Then you have human resource, where you are doing the salary analysis, labor cost control, and other payroll related salary disbursements, improving, getting a new manpower, then comparing with the budget. So here again they are all controlled by the finance department. Then you have other operating departments also, such as security, such as spa, telephone department. Every department, whether in terms of revenue or in terms of expenses and budget controls, they have to come through the finance department. So finance, as you can say, is like a central part of every organization. So every department need to be able to understand how finance works, what are the principles that we follow behind the finance processes, may not necessarily be aware with the accounting standards or accounting processes, because those are not really the important thing for them. But how the budget is set up, how the KPIs are calculated, what are the process for cash payment, bank payment, check payments, and the internal control requirements for hospitality, they all need to be able to understand. The operating departments need to be able to understand, and finance need to understand all these departments, so that they can control their activities in, or they can help in controlling their activities in a fruitful manner. So it's not that sales and marketing will know only about sales and marketing. They need to have a basic understanding of finance, and finance need to have a basic understanding of how sales and marketing is working, right? So that is the basic relationship with among the other departments from the sales. Then you have other functions within the finance department, where you are looking at within the finance. So these are the functions within the hotel finance. We're gonna look at that again one by one. So first is the internal or income audit. Income audit is different from other hospitality industries, other industries which are not customer based. Income audit department's main function is to be able to control all the cash income. See, the hospitality or the any kind of hotel has a lot of cash transactions, a lot of transactions during the day. There is a huge transient transactions. Maybe there are hundreds of guests coming to the restaurant. There are maybe hundreds of guests coming to check in and check out every day. So they are paying money in advance. They are paying, they are paying for food, they are paying for other services. So there is a lot of cash. When there is a lot of cash, the hospitality, there is a lot of risk as well in handling the cash. And then the hotel staff are working in shifts, right? They are working in multiple shifts, so a lot of people are handling the cash at the same time. So then that is very risky when it comes to the control processes. So the income audit, their main goal is to make sure that all the income that is earned by the hotel is controlled and is recorded in the books, and is all the cash is reported to finance department. So that is the main job. So they have to go for spot check, they have to go for checking, they have to reconcile every income and every cash collected. Pretty hard job for normal peoples. So in our master class for becoming a chief accountant, we will be drilling down in more details how income audit works and what are the reports they usually use for reconciling the income, and what are the processes, how they record the income. So if you take that master class, you'll be able to learn. Then the other important department which is different from usually other industries is credit controls and collections. As similar to income audit, their main job is to collect the cash and establish the credit controls with the travel agencies, with the corporate companies. Because if the credit controls are not established, we are not sure that the guest will be able, we are gonna get the money from travel agent or not, we're gonna get the money from corporate customer or not. We need to ensure that the credit that we are giving the company is soundproof, we are sending the bill on time, and then we are being able to collect the money on time from those customers. So that is the main job of credit control and collections. So this department again we will be dealing in more details in our master class. Then there is a general accounting, right? So as any other industry, the job task is same: bank reconciliation, daily accounting entries, generating the profit and loss statement, generating the management information system report, fixed asset controls. So these are the general aspects which any other industry is similar to it. So there is not much of difference in that. The only difference is that it has to work and rely on the income audit and credit control for a lot of things. Then you have normal payable departments, which is usually standard in every industry to pay the suppliers. Then you have purchasing, which is again pretty much standard for any industry to procure the things. Here the difference may be only that because hotel buy things on a daily basis, there are a lot of suppliers who are coming to the hotel. There are a lot of things which you have to go outside in the market and buy. Then there are renovation items, there are capex items, there are a lot of things which hospitality has to buy, and a lot of them are perishable. So there, not everything is going to be stored and you just have to buy one time and you can use it for a week or 2 weeks. Not like that. So you have to buy daily, so you have to do the daily quality controls. The higher the hotel standard, the more complex the purchasing system will become. In a very low, like a standalone hotel or one star hotel, two-star hotel, you can go into the market and buy on a daily basis by a single person. But for a five-star hotel, that is not a possibility, because you have very high hygiene standards, very high food safety standards. So you have to have a supplier who is FDA approved, who is hygiene approved. They have a proper facilities, they are washing their hands, food is hygiene, not dirty. They have to come and deliver in the cool trucks. So there are temperature controls. So there are a lot of standards again when it comes to the higher standards. So it depends on the level of hotel operations. The supply chain, i.e. the purchasing, will become more complex depending on the level of the hotel or the brand of the hotel. Then you have finally the control and analytical service. That is a very important department in hospitality finance, which is mainly related to only collect the data from income audit, from the sales and marketing, do the analysis, compare with the budget, compare with the forecast. In hospitality, we have to do daily, weekly forecast or even monthly forecast, for that matter, not just one time budget and then we compare with that, right? So there is a monthly forecasting process where we have to understand what is our business going to be in the next 3 months, because hospitality is like a day-to-day transaction, right? So you and it's changing very quickly, very fast. New competitors come, go. There are changes in the political conditions, technical conditions, or the travel regulations. So the hospitality industry changes very fast. So the control and analytical services are pretty important when it comes to comparing with a budget, establishing the KPI, creating a segment reports, creating a revenue management information systems together with the sales and marketing. So if the hotel does not have really a strong revenue management team in the hotel, then normally the job comes to the finance department. If they have a strong revenue management team, a proper marketing services department, usually they will do the job, but the finance still need to provide the data to them, right? So that is more requirement from the hospitality finance generally. So in our master class, we will be looking at these departments one by one, so that you understand how they work and what are the key things that we have to keep in mind, what are the control points, how they are interrelated with each other, and what in this, right? So that is the thing. Now let's look at the other aspects. Now, how these departments are related with the other departments, so we will go through in a bit more details here. So how it relate with the sales and marketing department. So sales and marketing department, normally the finance department has to assist in marketing analytics. So where we have to prepare the revenue by segment and also calculate the return on investment on every marketing spend. Sales and marketing maybe spending money on the business segmentation, maybe spending money on the social media, maybe spending money on advertisement, barter agreements, newspaper advertisements, and all those kind of things. So what is the return on those spent? How much money that we are able to really generate? So those things are calculated together with the finance department in the sales and marketing. Rate charts. The sales and marketing is normally creating a rate charts, creating the rates for the future. So finance has to be involved in that again. Why? Because they have to check what is the break-even point of the hotel, what is the minimum rate that we can afford, what is the maximum rate that we should be able to go comparing the market. So finance department definitely helps in establishing the rates, upselling prices, upselling incentives, then also budget approval for trade show marketing activities, and also helping the sales and marketing in negotiating the barter deals. Barter is a very important tool in hospitality to be able to generate the revenue as well as marketing spend. So where you are just sharing your room nights free of cost in return of an advertisement services which normally you have to pay cash. So basically you are not paying cash to each other. They use your room, which is not much of cost, because if let's say you are in low occupancy, they use the room. The hotel normally is spending only utility and some amenities, so the cost is very low. But in return of that, if you are able to do an advertisement in, let's say, a newspaper or a magazine, for which normally you may have to pay another, let's say, $500 or $600, you would be able to save that cost. There was a hand raised by a participant. Can I know the question? Josephine, do you have any question?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Um. Okay, sir. Please, my question is, where does a cost controller fall in finance? Because on your analysis, you mentioned some these other aspects that works hand in hand with the finance department, but I didn't see where the cost
Yeah,
controller fall. Or
normally,
is it not part of finance?
yeah, actually, that is my wrong. The cost control department is usually working together with purchasing. So the purchasing and cost control works hand in hand. So I would probably change the title is usually purchasing and cost control, because they are managing the cost control lies under control and analytical services. So cost control has two types. One is just only purely the controlling services, where they calculate the menu engineering, calculate the the menu prices and do the spot checks, go to the butcher, go to the kitchen, go to the bars and do the spot checks. So that is control services. And the other part is the store management, receiving management, that comes under supply chain. So actually the purchasing here means the supply chain management. So supply chain the supplier getting the material, handling the material and passing on to the user department, right, Josephine?
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
yeah. So the cost
Thank
control
you for that.
department, yeah,
Okay.
is a
Thank you.
separate part of finance department. Probably I forgot, but yeah, you raised a very good question. Thank you very much for that. So yes, cost control is again a very important aspect, which is usually not available, not usual in other industries. So that's another department, correct. So now let's look at the other departments, how they work. So how the finance department works with front office and other operating departments. Usually front office and other operating departments are required also rates for their menu, for their services, spa, laundry, room, their upsell metrics, their transportation, car prices. See, those departments usually are not able to generate the price for themselves, right? So they need support. How much is our variable cost, how much is the cost of one services. Once they know that, then they are able to do the pricing in easier way, right? The cost is not a basis for pricing, but it's a very important factor to understand at what price we will break even, right? At what price we would be start making a profit, at what price we would be able to cover our fixed cost or make a profit, desired profit. Let's say the company has a standard to make 30% profit on every sale. So that will help them to make an establishment of judgment on what price they should be charging to the customer. Sometimes the other departments have to rent the equipment from other participants, from the other suppliers. So they need to know the real cost of those services so that they can factor into the pricing. So for that, again, they have to rely on the finance department because they have more accurate information for those things. Then their own departmental cost control analysis. So finance department usually is able to provide a data like store data, how much equipment we have issued you, what was the statistics in the room, occupied room, number of guests. The other departments usually are not able to collect that much of data, so they all are all the data support work is normally done through the finance department. So the other departments, the cost control analysis also again is done together with the finance department. Then normally the other departments are giving incentives, right, to sell extra room, to be able to sell extra massage, to be able to sell extra car commission or incentives. So those calculations again are done by the finance department. Their P&L analysis, generation of the P&L, and be able to tell them the details of their major expenses, where they have been spending money, or which expense was out of budget and which expense was thing is controlled by the finance. Store issuance, the store department is again controlled by finance. And the par control, so sometimes usually these departments also keep things in their own store. For that they need to have a par, means a standard, how much they should be keeping in view the 3-month stock, 6-month stock, or 10-month stock, depending on where the hotel is and how long the supplier takes to deliver the particular material. So because finance and purchasing understand them better, so they are able to help them, okay, you need to keep at least 3 months stock in your hands or 6 months stock in your hands, so that they can run their operations smoothly, right? And then finally the cash. So they are the other operating departments are usually not experts in cash control, right, or being able to control the cash. So they need finance support to be able to generate how much cash they are getting, is it good, is it complete in relation to the income reported or not, and then be able to do the spot checks, so that they can rely on they can make sure is gonna finish in 10 minutes. So if we are running out of time, if we cut, then please join back with the same link. We will be starting again. इशिका, नन्नू, तुम चुप नहीं रह सकते क्या? चिल्लाना जरूरी है. Sorry. So the food and beverage department usually need finance to help with their menu pricing, with their menu engineering, like the cost control function Josephine was asking. Usually is done through the menu engineering is normally done through the cost control departments. They are generating the cost control reports and passing on to the food and beverage department, so that they can make the correct decisions on which wine to sell first, which food to sell first, what is the price, what is the basis of other departments. Then the cost control analysis and spot checks into the kitchens, so that we can help the kitchen to operate in a easier way and a lean way, cost effective way. Again the same thing, incentive calculations and payments, P&L analysis, store issuance like other departments, par controls, cash counts. So these are usually the relationship with the food and beverage department, right? Then engineering department again is required for preventive maintenance contracts. The finance is usually negotiating the preventive maintenance contracts, regular maintenance contracts, or even doing the capex approvals, budgets, whatever engineering need to buy. So there is a lot of money that is being spent on the engineering. So finance department usually help them to understand, will the spend that they are doing gonna be helping the company to improve the profits or not, what will be the return on investment on the capex, the money that we are spending on the renovations, the money that we are spending. So that's a part of financial control. These things will be covered in our master class on financial controller, how to become a financial controller. major repairs and renovations. Then with the human resources, usually finance is usually calculating the payroll or doing the labor cost management like zero based budgeting, and also the productivity reports. So, we are trying to calculate how much the productivity has been for each department, each position, so that we can make real decisions, whether we need to provide some more equipments, whether we are productive enough, is there any problems in the operations which are causing the lower productivity compared to the standards. So finance department is helping human resource in making decisions related to the effective human resource management. Also doing the normal salary increments or salary surveys, again finance department is helping them. So those are the general tasks of the hotel finance, the key relationship with the other departments, um, with the other departments, so that the hotel is being run smoothly. So and apart from this, usually there is a budget, annual budget requirements. The hotel is that is general part of the cost control, general credit control depart control services, to prepare the annual budget, prepare the financial analysis, prepare the monthly forecast, doing comparing the actual performance against the budget or against the forecast, so that we can provide management with enough support, enough information, so that they can make their decisions, right? So this was the general introduction of hospitality finance. We will be looking at all these topics one by one in more details in our masterclass. So you can go to our website, www.ehotelmanagementschool.com, to subscribe to the course if you want to do it. It's gonna be a 3-month course, not just a 1-month course. So we're gonna be doing weekly live videos, live recording, live Zoom call like this, and I will be also giving you some books to study and some pre-recorded videos of mine to go through first and clear your doubts, so that you can really learn how to become a good financial controller, how to become a good chief accountant, strong chief accountant in a good hospitality chain, right? That's a internationally recognized chain. So that is the master class that we have. Now if you have any questions, you can please ask me. Unmute yourself and ask. Yes, please unmute yourself.
Sir, how do we calculate the return on investment on the marketing spend? You're telling about the return on investment.
Yeah.
How do we calculate that?
Yeah, usually you have to have, for that you have to have a tracking system. For example, you want to calculate the ROI on Facebook spend, for example, right? So in Facebook you have pixels to record how much money we are able to generate from that particular ad, right? So every ad you can track how many times it has been clicked. So only likes and only shares are not going to generate any revenue for you, right? So normally we track the pixels on the website, because usually when you are promoting on Facebook, you make the guest to go to the website and book it, right? So usually there is a pixel in the Facebook you can put on your website, so that you can track how many bookings are coming through Facebook. So once you know how much money you have spent, usually we create separate pixels or separate coupon codes for each marketing spend, so that we know, okay, on this particular marketing spend, let's say now I am running myself on my own platform, I am running an Independence Day sale, right? I'm giving let's say 50% discount on all my courses. So that is going to be that is going to come very soon. Now I'm running 74% discount, because this is 74th year of independence. So I'm running a 74% discount on all my courses just for 1 month. So what I will be doing is I will be tracing how many purchases are done through this Facebook ad on my website. Then there is a additional cost of operating. Now usually you have a variable cost in hotels, right? Probably let's say it's about 20% of the revenue. So you need to remove that and then see what is your contribution that you are able to generate. Then you compare it against the spend that you have done on that particular ad. So that will be able to give you what is your ROI, means are you able to make more than the spend or not. or if less than spend, definitely is not a good thing.
Yeah,
Even more than the
right.
spend is not necessary, is not necessarily good, because you have to compare with other sources. Let's say you spend on Facebook, you are getting 10 times revenue on $1 spent. On but on the magazine, you are getting only 2 times of revenue. Or on search engine marketing, you are getting, let's say, 20 times of revenue on every dollar spent. So you have to see which ad channel is more effective for us, and then we go through that standard. So that's how we control the
So,
marketing expense, also maximize our revenue.
okay. First, to understand the sales share, how much revenue we are able to generate from that particular channel, and its cost effective,
Yes,
whether it's cost effective or not, that we
yes,
have to analyze.
yes, you're right, correct. Okay, Josephine, anything from you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
I I currently was moved to serve as a cost controller in my
Uh-huh.
apartment,
Okay.
and because I had no prior knowledge,
Uh-huh.
I got stuck with knowing the kind of reports I should present.
Yeah.
And when I was posed with the menu engineering,
Uh-huh.
preparing the menu and helping us to see the profitability,
Yeah.
I was stuck somehow because I was using a particular percentage flat
Hmm.
to run the whole of the menu
Mm-hmm.
items that the chef presented.
Mm-hmm.
However, I now decided to subscribe to that income audit on the website.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's in
Income, not the income audit, the
one of
food
the
cost control.
yes
You, yeah, yeah. So you
if you
can
see the food cost control, what I saw was
yes.
income.
No, there is a
Uh,
food cost
is it
control course also. You can
audit?
subscribe that.
Okay, I subscribe to that auditor income and all those kind of
Ah,
things.
okay. No,
However,
that
if I
course is also
disassemble
good for you.
okay, sir,
Yeah.